Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today. And today, the Houston Astros beat the Tampa Bay Rays 3-2 to start off the series to get a win. What a performance from the Astros. Back-to-back comebacks for the Stros. Wednesday, they were down 4-0, and they won 5-4 with a Dubon 2-run home run and scoring 3 runs off of errors. And then today, down 2-0, Yusei Kikuchi, excellent with 11 strikeouts, and the Astros are able to score 3 runs thanks to Yainer Diaz, Jake Myers, and John Singleton, and some others contributed, and the Astros get a win 3-2. Also, shout out to Ryan Presley as well, who got out of bases loaded situation with 1 out in that 8th inning. So he was great as well, and we'll go over everything. Astros win 3-2. Yusei Kikuchi makes his Astros debut, and man, was he excellent. But it was not that way for the first 6 pitches of his Astros debut. First 6 pitches, Yandy Diaz with a double to left field, and then Dylan Carlson hits his first home run of the season and makes it 2-0. So in 6 pitches, he gives up 2 runs and 2 hits, and that was not a good way to start off things to be an Astro. And it definitely didn't have a great reaction. If you saw, I looked it up at the perfect time where just when all that was going on and he was going through it. Astros Twitter, man, were they attacking him. And funny enough, later in the game when he's doing good, and he's killing it, and we'll go over what he did, it's like those people have completely flipped the script. They're like, oh my God, this guy is doing amazing. Maybe this wasn't such a bad trade after all. When just a couple hours ago, this guy sucks. Dana Brown sucks. I mean, it's crazy. And this has happened this year with the team as well. Like when the team was struggling early on in the year and things were looking bad, Astros Twitter would go crazy on the team. And then when, like you hear things like, fire Joe Espada, and you would hear, trade everybody, there is no hope. And then the Astros just make this big run, and next thing you know, they're number 1 in the division. And everybody's saying different on Astros Twitter now. It's crazy. I'm not saying anything bad about Astros Twitter, because I think there's a lot of good Astros fans on Astros Twitter, or Astros X, whatever you want to call it. But there are some Astros fans on X or Twitter, whatever you'd like to call it, that like completely flip a script with the Astros sometimes. So yeah. But the Astros get a win 3-2, and like I mentioned, it was a rough start for Yusei to start off his career, to start off his Astros career. But man, did he bounce back, because after those 2 runs given up, the rest of his outing, he went 5 2/3, did not give up a run, only gave up 1 hit, gave up 3 walks. He also had 11 strikeouts with 8 straight strikeouts. It ties an Astros franchise record with Justin Verlander. So he was big for the Astros. He was 1 out away from a quality start. So you could not wish for a better Astros debut for Yusei Kikuchi. Double-digit strikeouts at 11. That's the second highest for him this year. His highest was 13. That was the only time he's reached double strikeouts this season. It's only the 5th time of his career where he has double-digit strikeouts. And also, it's a career high at 26 swing and misses. So this was an excellent debut for Yusei Kikuchi. But all you can wish is that he can keep it going with the Astros, because this was a terrific Astros debut. It was a big part of their win. But let's go over the rest of the team, because this all wasn't about Yusei Kikuchi. The Astros scored 3 runs. Their bullpen of Brian Abreu, Josh Hader, and Ryan Presley were amazing. So let's go over the rest of it. So 3-2 is the final score. 9 hits for the Astros, 5 for the Tampa Bay Rays, 2 errors for the Rays, 0 errors for the Astros. Win goes to Brian Abreu, because the Astros took the lead in the 7th inning. He pitched in the 7th. That's his 2nd win of the season. He's 2-1. Pitched the 7th with 2 strikeouts, didn't give up a hit or a walk. Loss goes to Kelly. He's 3-2 on the year now. He pitched 1 1/3. He had 2 hits, 0 earned runs, 0 strikeouts, 0 walks. Because when they scored in that 7th inning, it was not an earned run, because Alvarez scored on an error by Christopher Morel. Save goes to Josh Hader, his 22nd save. That That is his 22nd consecutive save as well. He's not blown a save opportunity since April 2nd against the Toronto Blue Jays. And so that means 22 straight saves or consecutive straight saves for Josh Hader. That is second all-time in Astros franchise history. So only 2 more ties and then 3 more breaks the record for Astros franchise history. Now let's go over the scoring summary. Like I mentioned, Carlson did hit a 2-run shot against Kikuchi in that first inning. That is the only run scored for the Tampa Bay Rays in this game, 2-0 after the Carlson home run. But in the 4th inning, the Astros tied the ball game up. John Singleton hits a RBI single after we witnessed Yanner Diaz get a walk, and Jeremy Pena had a very, very nice double. I believe they said it was like the second fastest time he's gotten to second base this season on a double. And so after that, the Astros had 2 runners on scoring position with John Singleton at the plate and 0 outs, and he was able to drive in Yanner Diaz, but Pena was held up, and it was 2-1. Then Jake Myers hits a sacrifice fly to right. Pena scored. It's 2-2. And then Yanner Diaz hits a double to left in the 7th inning. This was a crazy play, some very nice base running by Yordan Alvarez. He was able to get to third base on this double, which was really originally only a single for Yanner Diaz. And Yordan was able to have some nice speed to get to third base standing up. And then there was a bad throw by Christopher Morel, and Yordan Alvarez was able to go home and score. And after that, Yanner Diaz was able to get to second, and it was a double. And the Astros scored on that play and was a unearned run, and the Astros take the lead 3-2. That was the final run scored of the ball game. Let's go over the Astros hitting in this game. Everybody had a hit in this game for the Astros outside of the guy at the top, Jose Altuve, and the 3 guys in the bottom, even though Jake Myers did have an RBI in this game. So Altuve was 0 for 4. He's been going through it recently, struggling. Bregman 2 for 4. I call him Mr. August. If you look at every Astro player that has 100 at-bats, Alex Bregman has the best batting average, best OPS, and also best on-base percentage out of all Astros in the month of August. So he's definitely built for the month of August. He's great in the month of May as well, but even better in the month of August. But he had a infield single in the 3rd, and then in the 5th, he had a double to left. So great day for Alex Bregman. Yordan early kind of struggled a little bit. He was able in his first 2 at-bats to have some nice contact with some flyouts to center and left in the 1st and 3rd. Just got under of a couple pitches. And then in the 5th, he grounded out to 2nd, which got Bregman to 3rd. But in the 7th, he finally got on base with a single to left. Yanner Diaz was able to bring him into third base, and off the error, Yordan Alvarez was able to score. So he did score a run, and he had a hit in the ball game. So 1 for 4 with a run for Yordan. Yanner Diaz continues to hit so well, 2 for 3 day. 2nd inning single to left, 4th inning walk, 7th inning double to left. Alvarez scored an error by second baseman Morel. And also, that is a 8-game hitting streak for Yanner Diaz, the hottest Astro at the plate right now. Jeremy Pena also had a 2-hit game, and he had single and a double. 2nd inning single to left, Yanner Diaz to 2nd. 4th inning double to left, Yanner Diaz to 3rd, and then he had 2 ground outs. Then John Singleton also had 2 hits in this game. He struck out in his first at-bat, but then singled to center for an RBI, and then singled to center in the 6th inning with nobody on base and grounded out in his last at-bat. Chas McCormick would come in for him late in the game. They would switch Mauricio Dubon to first base and put Chas McCormick in right field. I mean, definitely defensively not a bad decision right there for the Astros. And then Jake Myers went 0 for 3. He did have an RBI in the 4th inning for a sac fly, but outside of that, he struck out twice and grounded into a fielder's choice. Victor Caratini went 0 for 4, and he struck out 2 times with a couple of flyouts. And Dubon went 0 for 3 after being the hero on Wednesday, and he had a couple flyouts with grounding into fielder's choice to 3rd, Singleton out at 2nd. And that was it for the Astros hitting. Outside of Kikuchi, who went 5 2/3. It was excellent, giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 11 strikeouts, and 95 pitches. The Astros had Taylor Scott finish out that 6th inning, which was the right decision if you ask me. He does give up a walk to load the bases, but Taylor Scott helps the Astros get out of a bases-loaded situation. And funny enough, both of the bases-loaded situations for the Tampa Bay Rays, the guy to have the last at-bat for both of those situations, I think it was in both of those situations, it was DeLuca. Both of those situations, he was 0 for 2 with the bases loaded today, going against Ryan Pressly and Taylor Scott. But Taylor Scott was able to get the last out, got the inning done in 8 pitches. Good job by Taylor Scott. Abreu pitches the 7th, already went over him because he got the win. He was great. Ryan Pressly does get in a little bit of a jam, giving up 2 hits and hit a batter, so bases are loaded. They had runner. It was runner on third and second with 1 out. Started off with runner on first and second, 0 outs. Then it was runner on second and third with 1 out, and then he hit a batter, which led things to bases loaded with 1 out. And he faces Josh Lowe, strikes Josh Lowe out, and then faces DeLuca, and he grounds out to third. Alex Bregman gets the job done. The Astros walk away with no damage done. So that was a great situation in the 8th inning. Great job by Ryan Pressly and Alex Bregman there in the 8th inning. And then in the 9th inning, Josh Hader does give up a walk, but gets the save for the Astros, and didn't get a strikeout, but didn't give up a hit either. His ERA is under 4 now, 3.94, which isn't great, but it is a lot better than what it's been at before. I know the ERA isn't strong for what the Astros pay him, but for what the ERA was before, it was very high when he was struggling earlier in the season. He's gotten his ERA down, and it's pretty impressive. I mean, his ERA was at like 6 or 7 or something like that. Might have been higher when he was struggling earlier in the season. So he's really turned things around compared to how things were going earlier in the year. Let me know your thoughts on the Astros getting the 3-2 win. The excellent bullpen pitching by Brian Abreu and Ryan Pressly, and Taylor Scott getting the Astros out of that bases-loaded situation. Yusei Kikuchi's an excellent Astros debut, and look, the bats weren't that great in this game, just because of the fact that they had 9 hits, only scored 3 runs. One of those runs was because of an error, but they still won the game. So that's fine with me. I'm excited for tomorrow. It's a national TV game on Fox. Ronel Blanco is going to be on the mound. Last week against LA, against the Dodgers, he looked pretty good. He didn't even finish 5 innings, had 9 strikeouts. So I'm excited to see what Blanco can do against this Rays club. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out. Go Astros.